Well, I have a treat for us in the gym today. This guy, he can move, he can dance, he can present, he's part of diversity. But I want to know, has he got what it takes in the boxing ring? It's Jordan Banjo. And here he is, my new heavyweight prospect, my protege. Look how big he is. Jordan, thanks for coming in today, mate. How you doing? You okay?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here, man.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, genuinely really excited.
I'm excited to have you because, well, you should have been a boxer, shouldn't you?
Well, I mean, what can I say?
You should have been a boxer.
I mean, I think
your dad said it's not happening.
My dad wouldn't have it. I'm not sure if you still think I should have been a boxer once you see the skills. You might take that back. But yeah, no, I really wanted to box when I was a kid. Obviously, my dad was a fighter, and I'm guessing having been through it, he was like, absolutely no way. So he put me in the much more dangerous sport of street dance. So yeah, watch your back. Watch your back.
So what was that street dance? I mean, obviously, as an amateur boxer, you're 11, 12 years old, and you're in the gym, you're training, and you might have a schoolboy bout or a club bout, and you're getting in with another guy. Was you doing like dance battles? Is that the equivalent? Yeah.
Genuinely, it sounds like it's like you're in flipping Step Up 2 or something. But honestly, like you watch them films and you think, oh, it's not quite like that. Genuinely, it was like that when we were kids. We'd go around to different places, you'd turn up, there'd be battles. I remember turning up to like nightclubs when I was like 13, 14, and it'd be me and my mates, and we'd be there. We're not even meant to be in the club, let alone performing and battling and stuff like that. And yeah, and then we ended up going on to Britain's Got Talent. Yeah. And then the rest is sort of history. It all just sort of took off from there.
Yeah, well, I remember that. That was probably... Yeah, it was a while ago when I was watching Britain's Got Talent, but I remember diversity.
Yeah, man.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
It felt like, I mean, it was not new to your world, but for my world, I was like, this is brand new. I've never seen this before. I wish my dad had told me, Joe, there's a dance club down the road. You might have a few moves, a bit of rhythm when you grow up. I think
you've done all right in boxing, George. I think you've done all right in boxing, mate. But yeah, no, like you said, with Britain's Got Talent, it was a bit of a weird one because at the time, of course, like people knew about like dancing and street dance and stuff like that, but there wasn't really like a mainstream act or a platform that had really given it to it. So we won in 2009, so over 15 years ago now, like a long time ago we won. And then once we went on the show, we won. I'd like to think it sort of opened the floodgates a little bit for other dancers to come through and do their thing. And yeah, it's nice now that there's a lot more dance clubs and this and that. And it's not strange, like when I was a kid, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going dance class. Mate, the banter I received in school for going dancing. I got after kids like, yeah, I'm going karate or boxing. I was like, yeah, see you later, mate. I'm going dancing. Like, they didn't like it, do you know what I mean? So it was different then, but it's good now.
No, perfect, man. Let me get the pads.
Let's do it.
We'll get to work. All right, I'm going to put the spongy ones on to start with, just in case you break my shoulders. And then if you're flying, then we'll go on to the little focus punch mitts.
All right, then, mate.
But we warm the shoulders up. Let's go with the flow. Just follow the pad. I thought you was gonna go into something there, and then I panicked that I'd started something I would not be able to keep up with. I'm literally just trying to. I've got the dodgy left shoulder; it still creaks, so I've got to give it a little spin.
warm
There
up.
we go. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just follow the pad. Jab. Good. And again. Right hand. Lovely. There he is. He's orthodox, which is happy for me. I don't have to do them backwards pads in the southpaw stance. There we go. Shoot a jab. Right hand. 2. Good, there we go. So you're already framing with a little hand out.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Safety first. It's a layer. It's another barrier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which one of your fighters is your favourite fighter right now? Anyone you've stole that from, or is that the coach?
Do you know what? It's no one I've stolen that from. That's coach. But my favourite fighter at the moment, Moses Atoma. Yeah. That kid is. I say kid, no, he's 19, but that's young, man. Yeah. And it is mental watching him. The way he moves for a heavyweight. And he's big, bro. He's about as big as me. He's about 6'5", right? 6'4", 6'5".
He's a big guy. He's not the biggest heavyweight out there, but he's a big guy.
And obviously he's southpaw as well, right? Yeah. So I can't. His footwork and everything about him. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, forget fighting him. Yeah. Forget that.
That's
no
what
way.
your dad had in mind of who you might be fighting when you was a kid. Then he's like, stay away from Moses Atoma.
No way. He's not allowed to box. He's not allowed to box.
Cool, man. Wicked. Right. So give me. So a 3 is just 1, 2 to the left hook, yeah. 3. There you go. And again. Nice. There we go. Lovely little flow. He's stepping around. There we go. And again. Give me 3. Good. 3 and then left body. Good. So from there, give me a little roll to the right leg and give me a right body, yeah?
Okay. So you.
So There you go, lovely rhythm. How did I know this guy would he'd have a nice flow and nice hips. There we go, he's sitting his legs. Perfect, there we go. So give me that combo. Good, there he is. Every time.
Every time. Keep trying to reset.
Every time I'm going to come over the top and he's there and he's away. Right, fast. Jab to the head, jab to the chest. Good. Up, down. Good, down, up. Good. Jab here and the right over, yeah? So we're going to go up, down, down, up, down, over. Beautiful. Here we go. And go. Good, down, over. Lovely stuff. There we go. So how much of the dance moves have you brought into your boxing world, your boxing stance, your boxing skills?
Do you know a funny story? I was moving around with someone and I tried to do I landed a big shot and they backed off. And I tried to showboat. Yeah? Tried to do a little bit of a show move, stubbed my toe, stepped over, and that's why I've got an ankle support on because I hurt my ankle trying to showboat. I learned a harsh lesson. Don't mix dancing and boxing. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's what I was hoping for today. Was literally what moves have you got? What's the crossover move that is like a stable part of dancing that boxers ain't quite cottoned onto, but actually that would be perfect in the boxing ring?
See, look, you see what you're doing there? You look like Joe Joyce. Remember Joe Joyce used to train capoeira? Remember he used to do crazy moves? And he'd be there going, yeah. Mate, you should have joined diversity, George. What are you doing, mate? Wrong
There's
job.
a space, mate. Have you got a space?
Always for you.
I'll stand in the
back.
back.
For the saint, always.
Well, we'll see. There you go. Little Ollie Murs L step from last week. There we go. And shoot. Good. Fast two. Good. Right. This time, give me that fast two and give me a step and roll, yeah? So just come under this one. This one's going to come out slow. And again. Beautiful. And again. Add the right hand. Good, that's it. Pop out of that leg, so load that leg and shoot, yeah?
Boom.
There you go. And again. Good, there he is. Beautiful. Fast jab. Good. To chest, head. Good. So what sort of sparring you been up to this week? Because I know you don't just like the look, you have to think and feel it, don't you?
Yeah,
you have to experience, you have to totally immerse yourself in it.
Well, I've been sparring like some guys at my gym and stuff. I got the chance to spar Anthony Yarde a couple of times.
Anthony Yarde?
Anthony Yarde, yeah, that was a quick lesson, I'll tell you. He landed one shot on me, because normally, where I'm quite long, a lot of the time I'm lucky enough to kind of see shots coming.
Yep.
I can sort of ride and take the sting out of him a little bit. Yarde's footwork, and he's so fast as well. He just, to me, he was like where you was. I was like, yeah. I'm safe.
Safe, yeah.
I'm safe here. And he kept letting off little jabs to my body, and when I was resetting, he was coming underneath, and he fainted down. I dropped my hand, and he sprung over the top with this right. I always say, sparring Yarde, you're sparring Yarde and Tunde. They're like a team constantly, right? So whenever anything happens, you hear, from Tunde.
That's the trainer in the corner.
Yeah. I got hit with this shot, and I could see his trainer going, I was like, why can't I hear anything? And all I hear was, like he hit me so flush. I went, I can't hear anything. For about 10 seconds, I was bouncing around. I just couldn't hear, which was a bit crazy. But yeah, you know, like the sparring side of stuff.
What happened? What's your initial reaction there? Is it panic? Is it a thrill?
What I've tried to work out is my biggest problem was at first, as soon as I took a big shot, I tried to give a big shot without thinking.
Nice.
So sometimes I end up getting caught with another big shot because I just start swinging. So now I'm just trying to stay composed, reset, and then just set about my work. But it's easier said than done. You just never know how you're going to react, right? Someone can tell you 50 times, do this, do this, do this, and then someone will faint or someone will do something, and your body just naturally does something completely different to what you've practiced. Yeah. Which is why sparring and fighting gets so important. You have to try and drill that into your body, right? Those natural reactions. Yeah. The amount of times.
Well, is it very different from a rehearsed routine? Like when you're dancing, boxing, you don't know what's coming at you. You've got to react. Whereas Is it the same in boxing? Is it the same in dancing?
No, yeah, that's the point. Obviously, with a routine, we know what's coming. We've gone on, we've rehearsed the stage. I know that, for example, I'm going to flip on this line, I'm going to land where George is standing. Like, we rehearse it, we practice it. Sometimes things go wrong and you adapt, but the nature of it is that it's planned. With boxing, you could say, okay, I want you to go in there. I want you to, let's take a AJ Ben Davidson thing, for example. I want you to do a double jab and bring it up through the middle. No one's expecting a short right hand coming back at you. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen. That's the nature of the fight. Which is why that's actually a good point. That's been a weird thing to try and get my head around. I'll be practicing stuff, practicing shots on the pad, practicing shots on the body bag, and then when I get in there and they're not quite positioned where I want them or they're not quite doing what I want them to do, you have to adapt, you have to try and change things, which has been something I've been trying to get my head around and try and apply, but it's difficult, man.
So has it ever happened though when you're on stage and you're dancing? Have you ever missed something? Have you ever gone for the showboat and twisted your ankle?
Oh, mate, I've done loads of stuff like that. I've had like 2 surgeries on this knee. 2 on that one. I've broken hands. I've done my shoulder. I've had like so many. All of us have had so many injuries, man. But one of the best ones is, remember in the group there was still with us. Obviously, I do my radio show with him every day. But Perry with the hair and the glasses, all the boys picked him up. They've thrown him, and I'm meant to be catching him. And I swear to God, for no reason, I went. I just didn't catch him. I just don't know why. I literally just didn't catch him.
You must know why. You must know why.
It pissed me off a little bit. I don't. Sometimes, like, you're thinking about what's coming next and this and that. I went 5, 6, 7, and I just moved. And just like he hit the floor. Loads of stuff goes.
Well, do you have to ask that? You have to buy him some chocolates, or?
I just gave him a pound. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. I think I blamed someone else as well.
Show no weakness. You're right.
Get on, mate. Get on.
Fine. Wicked, mate. Here we go, right. We've thrown some body shots in, yeah. Cool. So you've already got the hips. You've already showed it to me. You're sitting in the legs, lovely. So give me that little pouring jab. So similar to the one where you bridge, where you come out with a block, but you're coming in, and then just sit to the left, load that left leg, whip a left hook to the body.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful shot. And then do me the same, but come to the right and pick the right. Good. Your left, right. There you go. Put them together. Boom, boom. Nice. There we go. Go right, left. Good. There he is. Defensive frame of mind.
Trying, yeah.
No, after you hit, you're always there. Maybe that's because you've already started sparring. I like it.
I think it's because I get punched too much. That's why.
You don't. I doubt that. You're always out here. Perfect. Go right, left, and then pull that right hook over. With that right hook, bring your weight to the right leg.
Boom.
Yeah. So right, left.
So.
Boom. That's the one. Yeah.
That's one.
Roll the hips in, back to the left side and round.
Nice.
Beautiful. That's it. There we go. And again. Good. And then from there, shoot that right hand, yeah? Good. That's it. Get that left hook to the right. Let that left hook bring you to the right leg, and then hip and whip.
So transfer my weight here, yeah?
You got it, yeah. Good. One more.
Shit, sorry.
You got it. And again. Beautiful, beautiful. It must help, all the dance training that you've done over the years.
I think it helps with understanding where to try and put my weight and positioning and stuff. I think that does kind of help. I think for a big guy, people don't expect me to move around as much as I do.
Yeah.
I thought the fitness would carry over, but it doesn't. Not at all.
Yeah.
I think it would with some experience, but when you're not experienced and you spend every shot going loaded up on everything, and you just plummet quick, right?
There's a lot to think about, I think, in boxing. That's where it gets people, because you can have good fitness, but you've actually, if it's new to you, then it's a new skill. It's quite a complicated skill, so you've got to think about a lot of things. And then when you're introducing where you want the weight to finish and where you want your head movement to come with, and the defensive elements after, you know, it's
tricky. I look back at certain things, and then like you look and I'm like, why don't, it's going to sound so dumb when I first started, like, why don't I look like a boxer?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You look so natural on you and everyone, but I guess if you've been doing it since you're a kid, it's the same way when I've come off tour, I come off tour in April, if I don't go back on tour until next summer, for example, if I didn't train, I'd find it hard, but naturally I could get through a 2-hour show. I would adapt to like, it's muscle memory. You could do it.
Yeah.
I think for you as well, if you didn't have, of course, people get ring rust and they get this and they get that, but you're so conditioned. Like for me, I've noticed like my hands, no matter how I wrap them, no matter what, I feel like always in bits. When I first started training, my shoulders were always killing. Across my back was always like from twisting and things that I just hadn't really used in that way. I wasn't conditioned for it. I'm still not conditioned for it. Do you know what I mean? So I do think that boxing's so different in that aspect. I thought that stuff would just automatically cross over, and it's
Does a camp start for a tour? You get a tour date, and you have to get in shape for it. Obviously, I know you must have to come up with new
routines and shows and
But then we fight one night, so we peak for one night. And you might do 70 nights. I don't know how long that takes. Does that take 3 months, 4 months? How do you stay fit and healthy for that amount of time?
And that's the thing. I think for some people, some people approach it differently. So if I take my brother, for example, and this is where boxing has been a big help to me, he stays ready. So I guess there's some fighters who just stay ready. Yeah. For me, if I had to compare myself to a boxer, I'd say I was Ricky Hatton. I'd finish a tour and I would just blow up every single time. And like the last tour we went on, now I'm about 105, but before we went on that tour, I was 135.
Oh, was you? Wow.
Bro, I'll just blow up between tours. I'll finish a tour, I'll come back, and I take dad bod way too seriously. I'm there like doing this, I sit on my bum doing a radio show the whole morning, literally I'll just blow up again.
Yeah.
So then I have to like, before I'm even worrying about training and getting ready for a show, especially like a weight loss camp, I'm back in, loads of cardio, and then I feel, to be blunt, I feel like shit for it. I don't feel good for it, do you know what I mean? Whereas someone like my brother, he stays ready year round. Do you know what I mean? He might put on a few kilo here or there, but he's the sort of guy who goes, oh man, I look rubbish today, man. I've got a 6-pack, not 8, and I'm like, fuck off. He's one of them guys. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them. So we're sort of opposite in that regard. But yeah, you do have to get ready for it, man. Otherwise, it's a real shock to the system. And as opposed to just getting through the show, way more injuries, way more. Like that's the problem.
Is it hard to eat healthy when you're traveling? Is it hard to?
Yeah.
It must be really hard to train.
Yeah.
Unless you are, because I mean, would you see fighters who, journeymen, not that you're a journeyman, but they're so busy that they don't really do a lot of boxing training because they're fighting so often. If you're performing so often, do you actually need to do any training?
And that's the point. Yes, you do. Like, on tour, no. Like on tour, some of us train and we'll do bits and bobs, but not like loads.
Yeah.
When we're off tour, you do need to try and stay consistent because otherwise, and as well, I find it, if there's been a time where I've been really busy, I've gone away filming a show or I've been doing something and I haven't really trained for a couple of months, I'll come back and I can see the gap between me and the other boys. Yeah. And all of us are quite competitive. Yeah. Even if we don't say it, everyone wants to land that thing first. Even with boxing.
Yeah.
A couple of the boys trained when they were kids, and when I started getting into boxing more, the gloves come back out. It could be bench press, boxing, or riding a bike. We're just all quite competitive. You get like 10 guys in a group together. It doesn't matter what the challenge is. It could be trying to get that bottle in the bin. We're all gonna compete to try and do it.
That's great though, isn't it?
It's good
because it pushes you on. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. Perfect. Right, here we go. Who's your favorite? So your favourite fighter at the moment was
probably Moses the time. I'm really enjoying.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to try and get something off on the pads, but he's southpaw. But he's got every shot in the book anyway. So let's have a little think about who else.
I'll tell you one of my favourite knockouts.
Yeah, go on. Don't say it.
No.
You're saying. No.
So I'll tell you a knockout I love. It's Povetkin with Dillian White. Their first fight. That jab, that lead uppercut. Yeah. It's like he sets it up. And it's only when I watch the fight back now, for that first 4 rounds, he's trying to set that up the entire time. Yeah. I only watch it back now, I'm like, God, you're literally trying to set that shot up. And he misses it a couple of times. And I think it might be like start of the fourth or halfway through the fourth, he lands it. And you're like...
What I love about it is, it's totally disguised. It's not, no one wants to get hit with any shots, but he comes here and he really overemphasizes going left and he shoots it there. I'm sure it's to the left. And then he does it again, and the third time it doesn't go to the belly, it goes to the head.
Boom.
And it's like...
And it's that ping.
And he looks like he was down, if I remember, he was down the cards, he'd been down the round before, before, he was out. He looked like he was going to be dead and buried.
Everyone's thinking, Dillian White's going to knock this guy out in this round, and then...
Sorry, Dillian.
So yeah, we're going to
do this on the pads now. Here we go. So Povetkin, I mean, I think he's usually down here somewhere, but you stand, you stand.
Yeah.
So we go, did he set it up with a 1-2 and then go body? We'll do that today.
Yeah, let's do that.
So just a little touch, and then whip that left hook to the body.
Okay.
There you go. So try not to come that way with the leg. Almost think you want that left side to sit down into it, and then from there, you're hooking at a 45-degree angle coming up. But you've sold it to me by coming over to the left.
Okay.
Because that's the whole point of it, is the head sells it there. Boom. But this last time it comes round, or it'll come up the middle. There we go. Touch, whip. Good. Really get that over to the left side. Beautiful. Right, this time I'm going to give you that angle. Same thing, but just pop it up.
Okay.
Lovely. There we go. I'm not going to do the white bit. Paddy was there. Did he fall front or back? I can't remember. There you go. Fast jab. Fast jab. Good. Fast jab. Down here. Up here. Good. Fast two. Lovely. Oh. He's cutting the ring off already. There he is. So give me a jab and roll that right hook in down there. Yeah. Cool. Then we're gonna go there. Then we're gonna go there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So jab, hook to the body.
Yeah.
Jab, hook to the head.
Yeah.
1, 2.
And the last one is that fraction quicker. Yeah.
Okay.
It comes out quick and fast. Here we go. Have a look. Use that jab as like a distraction.
Boom.
Good. All weighty. Elbow's gone. There we go. And again. Beautiful shot. Fast two. Good. Still give it to me.
Okay.
Even though it's quick.
Still
Shoot that shoulder through.
Go through the shot.
Good man. But the tempo's just slightly faster. Okay. I can talk to you about tempo. You know more about tempo than me. There you go. Good. Fast. Good. Give me that fast, that single right hand. Right way through. Beautiful shot. There you go. And again. Good. Roll it up. Roll it round. Straight. Good. Give one back to Dillian White. He had a fantastic left hook.
He did.
Yep. There we go. So really use that. The hip drives it. You know, lots of people say, "Oh, spin the feet," but I think the feet follow the hips. As long as you put that hip in, the foot will turn. If you concentrate too much about spinning the feet, you sort of the rest don't connect so much.
You're not doing a diversity and not boxing, yeah.
We all want to do a bit of diversity. Jordan, so the hip goes. Visually it like a slap. So if you're gonna slap someone like that,
you're not just gonna do this with your arm.
In the soap opera, you leave that shoulder behind. So hip goes, shoulder gets left behind. You pull the shoulder, pull the bicep,
boom,
and you give that nice little acceleration and that whip at the end of the shot.
Okay.
And as you are, thumb up. Good. And again. Oh, and again. Beautiful shot. You're too good for misfits, my friend. They won't let you in.
I wish.
They will not let you in. Have you been tempted? You must have had some offers now, yeah?
I have been tempted. Do you know what? I think I'll go on there in the end.
You did masked dancer. You could do like, I haven't seen the show, but you could do like masked misfit. They won't know it's you, and then you just you're in the ring, red corner, and whoever's in the other corner's like, fucking hell. I've seen him. He's tasty. He's sparring
He's
yard.
not too bad.
Can't have him. He's sparring yard. Yeah, misfit. So misfits
I reckon
it's on
so.
the maybe list.
It's
Yeah?
on the maybe. I reckon it's like maybe to yes list. I think it has to be the right opponent at the right time, because I think for a lot of people who guard misfits, one, I'm a big fan of the sport, and I'm not trying to. Nothing's too good for anyone. I'm not trying to be a snob, but like I really like misfits. But I'm a big fan of the sport. The thought of going on there and having boxing fans on about another show, I'd be like, you dick. I'll be like, oh no. I really.
No, I don't think. I think I wouldn't be too worried about that. Obviously, you're from a genuine boxing background, so there is that. But I think that stigma attached to misfits boxing that has left. You know?
Yeah, because I'll be, from what I've seen, obviously you know way more than I do, there's some genuinely really good fighters, and there's some guys who really dedicate it and really put the time on. I think the problem is, there's the flip side, where there's guys on there who just go on because they've got a big enough profile and they go on, they don't train, they don't really give a shit, and they just go in there like this, and it's like, oh, that's a shame. I feel like if you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly, and that's why if I was going on there, the timing would have to be right. I don't want to do it while I'm half on tour, half doing this, half on that. I want to be able to be all in and really give my best account of myself.
Do you think, like, within your industry, dance, you can't be at a novice level and do it for entertainment? Like boxing, you can kind of any level.
Because everyone loves a scrap. Everyone loves watching a scrap. Yeah. I think with dancing.
Or would it just be really funny or really good?
Yeah, I think with some people they can. If you're a really bad dance group or you're a really bad dancer, I think because there's with no disrespect, there's a level of bravery. No matter how rubbish you are, to get in a ring in front of people and fight, you've got to have something about you. Even if you're delusional, there's got to be something about you to go, I'm going to get in there. I think with dancing, you can just be a drunk uncle at a wedding. Do you know what I mean? You can just be a bit shit. So I think that's why when it comes to like, you could be a novice and perform, of course, but to try and really get something out of it, you have to work hard, man. You really do.
Sell it that you're good.
You have to be good, to be blunt.
Does that happen for you? Do you ever, I mean, you're too much of a nice guy with a nice image. You can't say, actually, they're really shit. But everyone thinks they're good, so is there because we had the boxing, you know, it wasn't that long ago, it was Bivol versus Baturviev, and then people are split. I had it a draw, but you know, maybe to Bivol, some people were saying no, it was Baturviev. Is it the same in boxing? Is it the same in dancing? Like when you critique someone? You can tell, yeah? I think
you can definitely tell if you've got like if you're trained yourself. There's fundamentals and foundation in dance. There's like, so people will use street dance as an umbrella, but there's hundreds of styles in street dance, and then from each style there'll be a sub-style from that, you know. And so if you're trained and you have an understanding of certain like foundations and stuff, you can see what you're looking at, you know. You'll know straight away. The same way I'll come in here and watch two people. I could watch two people fight, two people spar. I go, yeah, I don't know. I know he lost, but I don't know why he lost.
Yeah, right.
You'll know. You could watch a dance show and go, it's a bit shit. I don't know why it's shit, but it is a bit shit. I could tell you why it wasn't good. Yeah. What they're doing wrong, how they could improve. Vice versa. If we went to watch a fight, I don't know what went wrong for them, but you would know.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you're saying.
It's that kind of vibe.
Did you watch the dance at the Olympics?
I did.
Was that any good?
Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to breaking, like those B-boys and B-girls, some of this genuinely, as someone who dances, obviously I'm not a breaker, but as someone who dances, the stuff they do is superhuman. Like, it is insane. Like, it's hot. And there's other break with no disrespect to them, because the guys at the Olympics were like top level. There's people even better out there who just either didn't enter, didn't want to enter for their own reasons, didn't qualify because travel or this or that or whatever it is. But there's people out there who are just like insane. The Olympics was really good. I know there was that girl from Australia.
And the girl, she blew up. So when you saw her, was you like, because to be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, it's not great, but it's not that bad. And then obviously I saw other clips of others, and I was like, well, that's bravery.
It's brave to go in. But listen, her name was Raygun, right? She can dance. She's got a different style. Like, there's a lot of styles in I was trying to be nice, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best, all right? But she wasn't awful. You know, it wasn't good. I'll give up. It wasn't good, man. It wasn't brilliant. It wasn't brilliant. But it could have been a lot worse, bless her. It could have been a lot worse. Could have been a bit worse.
It could have been. It could have been me. It could have been me. It should have been me. It should have been me. Right. How you feeling? Nice and warm?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna gas the tank now. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Fast jab. 2. 2 left body. Add right body. Good. Add right head. Good. Hit the back leg on that one. Shoot, and then add the left hook. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Give me a roll after that. So roll out that way. There you go.
Okay.
And if you give me that roll, add the left hook. Yeah. So really, you've got to roll off the punch.
Yeah.
With the same hand.
Okay.
So if you hook, you roll out to left. So that's roll out where I take my feet, or just a normal roll. So roll or roll out. And then from there, we've already loaded. We're going to shoot that left hook.
Okay, so we've got
body, right, left hook,
right,
roll, left hook.
Roll, left hook. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, man, let's go. Beautiful. Add the right hand, left body.
You're testing my memory now, George. Just get it. All right, here we go.
You remember these complex routines.
I know, I've got the punches. What am I doing?
Right. Oh, don't let me forget. Right, let's go. Beautiful. And he's come up with a frame. I can't come away from that. Tell you what, after that, last one, springing 1-2. So, like a step for me is left and then right. Spring, feet together, yeah?
Okay, but keep that shape.
Yeah, if you're going to jab, foot and hand land together, but if it's a spring, both feet land together with the jab, then let that right hand travel through. Yeah?
Ta, ta.
Just give me that one now. So give me the frame. The frame. Spring 1-2.
Okay.
Good. Really give it to him. Break my shoulder.
Okay.
And again. Away. Beautiful. Think quick rather than think hard. Yeah?
Okay.
And again. There we go. So don't let the shoulder come up. Let the shoulder come forward.
Relax.
Yeah. Relax. Think quick. And again. Beautiful. Right, all together now. Was there one more right hand or you?
Yeah, I've got one more right hand. Roll, left hook, right hand. Yeah, let's do it.
You've got right hand, left hook, right hand. Whoop, boom. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Can't on me, he got him.
All right, what's the celebration now?
What's the celebration?
This is what we've all been waiting for.
What's the celebration? Oh, all right, I got it. So what we're gonna do is, you hit a punch.
Yeah.
I'll hit an uppercut. Straight over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into a wave. Let's go, George. You hit.
Do you want to add that at the end of the combo, or you just want that one?
Let me uppercut.
There you go.
I'm gonna go round, but your arm needs to go round as well. Then it comes to here. Hey, he's got it! He's got it! He should have been in the group.
Oh no.
But at the end of the combo, yeah?
Yeah, right, yeah, put it in
Right,
the
so
so you sprung in 1-2, have a little look. Because I'm stunned now, I'm here, I'm stunned. You're having a little look. You're going for the finisher.
Bang. Right, if I ever get on misfits, and if I ever knock someone out with an uppercut, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate it to George. If I knock someone
I'm going to be there ringside exactly the same time. 100%, I'm not missing it. Right, let's go.
At the end of the combo, right. Watch it. Woo! He's in diversity now. I've nicked him. So, George, how do you find coaching in comparison to fighting? It must be different, right?
Yeah.
And is it frustrating? You know, if you're telling someone to do something, you literally, it's not just, oh, I know how to do it. I've applied it, I've done it, I've fought it on the biggest stages. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't got to the point where someone sort of disagreed with me. Sometimes people don't do it, and I don't blame them for it if it's not what they can do. It's really rewarding though. If you show someone something, and first of all they, you know, embrace it, and then if you see them get it off, you're like, oh, nice. It's really rewarding.
Yeah.
You know? But I feel like I'm learning so much more about boxing now, you know, being in the gym coaching, because you see it from someone else's point of view, and you have to try and break everything down. Because it's not just do it, it's like explain how it happens.
Your head on George Grove's prime shoulders, do you think you were a better fighter then?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I think most boxers, super middleweight division, mid-20s is where they're at their, if they've done the right training, they're probably at their peak physically, but so much of their game is yet to develop, and then that's usually what happens. And if they're good enough and they're mixed in the right company and got the right coaching, they become a much more complete fighter from 25 onwards. You know, so my first world title fight came when I was 24. I was physically ready, and I had loads of experience. You know, I'd boxed all around the world as an amateur. I'd had tests up until that point, but then by the time I finally win a world title in 28, 4 years later, just the difference in the performance was an experienced one, you know, with a wiser head on my shoulders, which I think helped. Is that the same for you now when you're performing?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely times like.
Did you have moves that you would do or be asked to do in your, your teens that now you're like, mate, I've got kids at home.
Yeah, lack of fear is definitely a thing. Like the best time to learn Obviously, I don't know if it's the same for boxing. I hope not, because I'm 31. I've only just started, so I hope you can start when you're older. But it's the best time to learn, like if you want to do tricks, flips, stuff like that. It's harder because physically you haven't developed enough, like you haven't got what you need to do stuff better.
Yeah.
But in terms of fear and just going for stuff, you'll just go for it. Like, we've got kids in our studio, and I think back to when we were younger, and I'm like, you would literally, you're there like head in your hands, freaking out. You're like, don't do that, don't do that. But you'll just go. And that's kind of how you learn. Like, of course, there's a lot of technique to stuff, and we never kind of learned with technique. We kind of just learned with like being in the studio or being on the outside and just launching ourselves and hoping for the best, just waiting to hit the floor.
That's natural talent then, yeah?
Well,
and also you have to become a cleverer person. You have to, no one's spoon feeding you the instructions.
No. Like there's some of the guys, like there's a couple of guys in the groups who went like gymnastics when they were like really, really young. So when they then come to us and then we started doing tricks, they already had such a strong foundation with technique that was just embedded. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm sure, you see some guys who they boxed amateurs and then they go into the UFC and like, yeah, he's like a natural striker. He doesn't really grapple that much. It's because he was boxing from when he was 4. Do you know what I mean? It's in him, it's what he does. So like there's definitely things like that. And you can have like a more natural inclination into certain styles or certain things or stuff that suits you better. I'm guessing the same as in boxing. Some guys will just naturally go into a certain thing and you can sort of bring that out of them. Have you found that actually? I don't know if it ever happened to you, but when people can get a lot worse, like take your mate Eubank for example, I wouldn't say a lot worse, that's like harsh, strong, but I just don't feel like when he went with Roy Jones, the style that was trying to be put on him really, I don't think it kind of gelled with him too well.
Yeah, I think he was really impressed by Jones, and who wouldn't be? And Roy Jones was a phenomenal fighter, but one of a kind, just an incredible athlete who would do stuff that other people couldn't. That
natural ability, certain things that were just natural.
Imagine you're that fast, you're that explosive, that powerful, then that you obviously use that to your advantage. But you might be masking a lot of things that ain't so good because you're getting away with it because of the attributes that you got. So, yeah, I saw Eubank at the weekend, and I think I think he's getting older as well.
Of course,
he's 35 years of age now. He spent a little bit of time at super middleweight, which is 168 £. Now he's dropped down to 160, and that takes his toll. So,
but do you think he's big enough to be at 168?
It's
like competitive, I mean, of course he can fight people at 168, but if he wants to fight the top guys,
I had a lot of height on him. I felt like I was a bigger dude than him, but at the same time, he's cut to the bone now at 160. There's nothing there to take off of him, and it's not like he's jacked. He's muscular. That's his frame. But you look at Golovkin, and there's loads of guys through history who don't particularly look that huge for the weight, but they were phenomenal fighters.
Yeah, just beasts.
And Golovkin's like, I'm a middleweight. Didn't want to go up, didn't want to go down, didn't really chase fights. He had the trilogy with Canelo, but he waited for Canelo. To come to middle. So I think it's an interesting one, but it is hard to I don't know. Is it teach an old dog new tricks or? As you start getting on, sure you want to change and adapt and add stuff to your game, but guys who did kickboxing before they did boxing, very good at this because or taekwondo because they're used to bouncing a lot. They've got to develop their calf muscles. Brazilian footballers run funny because I think they used to play They play football in the sand. They've got big quads, So they're like this, different sort of power. Definitely, what you've done as a child has ramifications as you go through. It's hard to chop and change completely, but maybe the same in your industry. You're trying to become a complete fighter. I think there's so many. You've already broken down the different branches of darts that there are and the subsections of it. Like, do you just decide I'm gonna be good at this, or do you want to be an all-rounder?
That's a question I wanted to ask actually. How different is, because I hear people go, it's literally a different sport, amateurs to pros. How different is it?
Yeah, I mean it is. It's very different.
And does a good amateur always make a good pro or not?
No. We see time and time again. I mean, we got, not that long ago, Fraser Clark takes on Fabio Wardley, and one guy has been through 3 Olympic cycles. He's been on GB's boxed all around the world. Must have had over 100 amateur fights, I think, medals at the Olympics, against Fabio Wardley, who had 4 white collar fights.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Not even an amateur career.
It's nuts.
And the first fight was incredible. It comes out as a draw, but really, on paper, the Olympians should always beat the 4-bout novice. And then they have the rematch and Wardley wins. So it is very different. The pro game is very different.
What do you think of Fabio Wardley?
Yeah, he's a force. I mean, I've never been in the ring with him, fortunately. He's a big guy. Are you thinking about tapping him up for sparring or anything?
Do you know what? He commented on my Instagram post because I like Fabio. He's a really cool guy, and he's been really nice. Like with any of my boxing stuff, he's always like showed a lot of love. Like, oh, that's awesome, man. And he said, "Oh, you should come in for some rounds." I watched that fight with him and Fraser. I went, have a laugh or something. I know Fraser as well. I really like Fraser. I was like, mate, there is not a chance. I'm not getting my head dented. No way.
No,
I can't do it, man.
He's a big dude. I don't know if you've ever met him, but like he's they're all big guys. Big Fraser Clark's a big guy, but not quite the same as Fabio Wardley. There's something about
different
him.
Types of big, right? Yeah,
dense.
yeah.
Like, he looks dense. I can imagine. Yeah, you wouldn't want to ever take a right hand off him. There'd be a lot of
framing there.
The arm barriers coming out constantly.
Yeah, go away,
but
go
mate,
away.
there's not a lot, you know. If you'd caught him early on in his career, you might have had him in a white collar fight. Just think. We got this kid from Ipswich. He's okay. He's a heavyweight. He's had 3 fights. Yeah, I'll have him. Yeah, go on. That'd be a good one.
Oh, forget that. But do you think that goes to show when we were talking about natural talent there? Is Fabio someone who's got natural talent? Because there's some white collar guys who I've seen have 30 white collar fights, and I watch them and they look like they're just having a fight down the pub still. Do you know what I mean? They just like to fight. He's like Fabio seems. Footwork-wise, reaction-wise, speed-wise, explosivity. For someone of that size, he's got a lot of attributes that you kind of, when I say you can't teach, of course you can teach stuff, but he's just got a natural inclination towards him. Do you think that's the case with him? He's got
I think you know, you're talking about like talent. You wouldn't watch him, you know, and say I want to box like him quite yet, and that's just because the boxing fundamentals and skills is not there, which I think is to be you know accepted, but. In terms of like, if you're going to say natural talent as in strength, power, and you know maybe reactions and stuff like that, he's definitely got it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got that.
It's just there'll be a lot of heavyweights out there with a lot more bouts, a lot more experience than he's got, who don't want to go nowhere near him. You know, you wouldn't want to fight. There's a lot of risk and not so much reward fighting Fabio Wardley right now.
Because when you watch Fabio Wardley, right, I remember when he fought Eric Molina. Nathan Gorman, and in both them fights, he looked like he got buzzed. He looks like he gets hurt, but it's like as soon as he lands that right, it's just game over. It's like that's when he gets his most dangerous. Like he's hurt, people try and go in for the finish. He throws that right, and then it's the night.
Mate, they're going to be saying the same about you.
Oh, I'm not sure, George.
I felt the power. We get one more quick exchange.
Oh, I know, mate.
And then I was going to ask, what's your ground? We call it groundwork in the gym, like all the press ups and sit ups. You do handstands and
yeah. Do you know what? A lot of us. Funnily enough, before I started boxing as much, and my wrists weren't battered, a lot of the stuff we did was like calisthenic stuff, so gymnastics rings.
Yeah.
So we would train like gymnastics rings.
What, like holding on?
Yeah, I never quite got the iron cross. I never quite got that. But like muscle ups, all that kind of stuff, back levers, front levers, all that stuff. Yeah. We train gymnastics rings. A lot of the boys still train it. And then in terms of like groundwork and stuff, we called that like straight arm stuff, so like handstands, planches, all that kind of stuff, like for like your core. And you notice it like all the little exercises, all the little things that you skip that you think aren't important are the ones that like, even for like when we were doing handstands, our wrist conditioning and stuff like that, all those little exercises to try and get everything conditioned and ready, that's what we were doing. But, yeah, man.
And that looks cool, man.
Oh,
that looks
thanks, bro.
doesn't it? It does. You just do a handstand. That's gonna. After you finish that showboat, then I think it's got to go straight into a handstand. Wicked, mate. I'll give you up. Fast jab. Here we go. Right, we're in the last round now. Right. This is the last round of the debut. He stood in front of you a bit too long. We're gonna have to put him away. You want a win bonus, a knockout win bonus.
All right.
Shoot that. Here. Beautiful. Fast two. Good looking, there we go. Fast two, pull away. Step right hand, left hook.
Oh, sorry, man.
There you go. Beautiful. Shoot. Shoot. Two. Good. Two, roll under that one, right hand. Good, that's it. Bounce out that leg. And again. Looking. Shoot. Shoot. Two. Good, looking. Shoot. Two. Good, looking. Shoot. My bad. Two. Beautiful. Three. Good. Wow, whip that Dylan White hook. Beautiful. Add the roll left hook. Lovely. Looking. Measure. Looking. Measure. Right uppercut, finish.
Boom. Yes, Georgie. Thank you, bro.
Thanks, mate. Great work.
Thanks, mate.